Dan. Hi, Dan.
Hey, Bob. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Sounds like
Your
you're
hair looks
doing.
nice tonight.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think when you love enough to forgive when you've really been done wrong, that's direct evidence of the indwelling Spirit. And that brings about peace and freedom, and those are fruits of the Spirit. You know? And the whole point of apology can touch someone's heart so much that it can touch them with the Spirit when you apologize, you know, and that can open communication to where the Holy Spirit can reach them in a way that it might not have, like even with a coworker, especially if it comes from someone that's maybe higher in authority. Like say if someone higher in authority happens to snap at someone lower in authority or something, well, if that one higher in authority turns right around on their way home and says, wait a minute, I shouldn't have done that, and doesn't wait, you know, calls that person right up, hey, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have snapped at you, you know, and that person goes, wow, I don't believe they called me up and apologized. There's something about that person. And that opens a line of communication. And they don't have to be higher in authority such as a supervisor. It could just be someone that broke them in on the job. Or just someone that, you know, a new hire and you're older than them. Maybe they kind of looked up to you because you taught them the ropes. Maybe something like that even. So, you know, we always got to walk in the Spirit because you never know who's watching or who you're going to be able to touch.
Anybody else?
What's the interesting thing between me and you that we've done this week? Since it's a week of learning. Bob mentioned something that he did the other day, and it kind of threw me off, and kind of didn't make me happy about it, but then it turned around and happened to me. Cassie was reading about that in her book. So Bob made a decision on something, and God told him not to do it. And he did it, but that's fine. Because I went around like, I was upset about it. But then I was just like, well, everybody makes mistakes. So I went around and I said, I don't want to do that, and I went and did it. Did the same thing he did. God told me not to do something, I went and did it. And it caused big trouble. Do you care if I share a meeting with you?
It's so much many names.
Yeah, well, what happened is, to get to that point, I made Bob really mad this week, and we had a nice hour meeting Tuesday because I didn't heed something that God told me not to do. Something was brought up, and we're starting to put something together for the church, and when it was brought up, kind of freaked me out, and then I was worried that it was the way it was said that I have people on this team that would thought I was doing everything by myself, and I'm not. I'm a team-oriented person. I'm not I don't seek for individuality. It's more of a team atmosphere, and that's how you keep checks and balances in the church. Right, Bob?
Yep.
So it was said, and I sent an email out. I wasn't going to send an email out. I wanted to talk to this person face to face, so I've been trying to get on Facebook, catch this person, and I am with that person, and share what I wanted to say. To reassure that nothing was wrong. It was just a misunderstanding, and the way I said it caused division, which is a big no-no in the church. And me and Bob had to talk about that because I was wrong. No, just the way that was worded. Now, if I wouldn't have sent this email, we wouldn't have had this problem with division. And the thing in the church is that you don't want division, you want unity. And that the devil used that motivation and whispered it in my ear, and I went and did exactly what, if you read about David, and I don't know where it's at in the Bible, I know it's in 1 Samuel, the devil tempted David to do a census. And God didn't want him to do a census, so David did a census, and his became a pride. Well, look at how many people I have in my kingdom, and then he was given 3 choices for his punishment, in which 50,000 Israelites lost their life that day. So, watching what we say and how we do things was a big thing this week about forgiveness, because I really made you mad. And that's about that, man. But the thing is, Bob understood what I was doing, but I did it wrong. And we have to watch what we say when we do things. Because that also brings the part of anger from another person, which could have made your day a lot better than what happened. So,
I let it go.
I don't know. In the end of the day, we did let it
We
go.
all make mistakes.
But that was the thing I wanted to share with that, is because it did bring up a good point with what you just said. Sometimes we have to watch what we say, maybe interpret it wrong, and causes more havoc in the end. Especially with not being unified. That's no wrong thing in the church.
Anybody else?
That's Bob. Something happened a few months ago that kind of upset me and hurt me and just plain ticked me off at some people. After I got over being mad, I just wasn't exactly sure how to let it go until tonight. I had a talk with some people, told them that I understood why, wasn't happy with it, but I understood and just moved on. I wasn't mad anymore and let it go.
Freedom? It's freedom though, isn't it? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, you don't have to answer me.
No, I mean, I got over being mad after like a month or so. I don't know. I mean, just was never exactly sure how to just deal with it.
I got a suggestion.
What's that?
Everybody's stupid. Just forgive them. You know, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's stupid. Just, you know, we're just a bunch of freaks. We're just a bunch of freaks, Bob. Forgive us.
It's true. Anybody else?
I'm perfect, so I ain't got
I would move quickly! Right!
I'm sorry, I thought you just said you were perfect.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
I want to give
We'll
kudos to
have
our
a
youth.
talk later.
Say again?
I want to give kudos to our youth, because without the parents being involved in the church, these kids back here, they're wonderful. And to go back there and spend 15 minutes with them to do praise and worship, to listen to them, just brings the Holy Spirit in. Even when I'm having a bad day, I mean, I've been kind of grumpy all week, according to her. But just to go back there, maybe realize that maybe I did find the calling, thanks to you, Bob, because I always wanted to do something with music.
Thanks to the big guy, not me.
Yeah, well, you too. And who? That's it. Huh? You mentioned it. But I grew up playing music all my life, but I never dreamed that I would do it for the kids. But you know what? I thank God for what we have back there. As Deanna said, they're the prayingest bunch.
Oh, so precious.
And it's cool. I mean, it really is.